Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my name is Terry Makings and I'm a Shrine Governor. Now they who served this country in conflict and survived, and they who made the supreme sacrifice, this is what this splendid memorial is all about, in remembrance of those people that made the supreme sacrifice so we might enjoy what we enjoy today in Melbourne, being the most terrific city in the world. And it's the result of the outcome of Victoria's gratitude, their agony, and Victoria's pride. And here at this tree, dedicated to the 8th Light Horse, it forbids us to forget our valiant dead. The oldest and the youngest of those who made the supreme sacrifice did so that we, their countrymen, might live life's great end. And that's the message from the shrine. And may we be worthy of their sacrifice. Now it's my privilege to be your MC this morning for the 8th Light Horse commemorative service. And to hear more about the Light Horse, I invite Clint Richardson to the lecture.
Good afternoon and thank you for coming along today to again commemorate the 8th Light Horse Regiment. Today both myself and Marjorie McPherson are honoured to share with you what this day means to us. But before that, firstly I'd like to say some thank yous to the Shrine trustees, to our Shrine representative here today, Shrine Governor Terry Makings, to Mr Dale Capron from the Shrine for his ongoing support, to those who are descendants of the men of the 8th here today, and our mounted group who have come a long way to make this day special, and everyone else here today, welcome. So what does this day mean to me? Well, from helping establish this commemoration to being able to tell people about the 8th each year, their battles at Gaza, Romani and at Gallipoli, it means a lot. One of the most precious things has been learning about my granduncle, Trooper Reginald Wallace Richardson, a young man who was 27 years old with brown hair and brown eyes, who was tall and handsome, who after helping his father drive a big mob of sheep from their property outside Balranald down to Gippsland during the 1914 drought, detoured on his way home to enlist and go to war, and was later killed at the Battle of the Neck. Commemorating the 8th has also brought me closer to members of my extended family, some of which are here today. And I've met some great people along the way, with a special call out to Mr Jeff Pickett, who unfortunately can't be here today, but will be watching online. So this day means a lot to me indeed. And to the men of the 8th Light Horse, who are here with us today in spirit, know that you have not been forgotten. We love you all, lest we forget.
Thank you, Clint. And of course it's when you think about their adventure and the reputation they created when they sailed from Melbourne to Egypt in March 1915. I now invite Marjorie McPherson to come forward.
Good afternoon. Thank you for this opportunity to be here today. I am very humbled to have the opportunity to join with the descendants of this extraordinary, courageous officers and men of the 8th Light Horse Regiment in honouring their memory. Alexander Henry White do I? Oh, like that. Thank you. Alexander Henry White was our gallant grandfather. Immediately after leaving school, he enthusiastically joined the Victorian Mounted Rifles from Ballarat. He transferred to the AIF in September 1914 at the age of 32 and was promoted to commanding officer of the newly formed regiment, the 8th Light Horse. As commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel White was determined to inspire his men to achieve their best. They decided on a motto to embody the regiment, Moro Maiorum, meaning after the manner of our ancestors. Soon a mounted band was formed to play the regimental march, Keel Row. This magnificent band led all the parades and became the pride of the regiment. At 4:30 on the 7th of August 1915, in spite of the overwhelming odds, Lieutenant Colonel White was resolved to lead his men in their heroic charge from their trenches at Walker's Ridge. For his bravery and the bravery of all the men of the 8th Light Horse, we will always remember them. Our grandfather was an idealist who led by his own example, inspired by a creed he carried to war, entitled My Creed by Edgar A. Guest, which is let me be a little kinder, let me be a little blinder to the faults of those about me. Let me praise a little more. Let me be, when I am weary, just a little bit more cheery. Let me serve a little better those that I am striving for. Let me be a little braver when temptation makes me waver. Let me strive a little harder to be all that I should be. Let me be a little meeker when the brother that is weaker. Let me think more of my neighbour and a little less of me. On Monday, the 7th of August 1916, our grandfather's friend, very good friend and devoted batman, G.W. Jones, placed his personal memoriam in the Argus newspaper. White, in memory of my master, Colonel A.H. White, who was killed at Walker's Ridge, Gallipoli Peninsula, leading his men on the 7th day of August 1915. Honour to him, honour is due. These are my thoughts of you. My mind is clear, what I say is true. You are the best colonel I knew. Orders are orders, you carried them through. All that remained were but a few. You've done our part, noble, your part noble and grand. More success if you'd had a free hand. An honourable remembrance. In truth, there is no greater love. Thank you.
Thank you, Marjorie and Clint. Very important words, and it's reminiscent of the fact that this particular memorial is a consequence of the sacrifice that so many Victorians made, and it's important that we as descendants continue to remember the contribution they made to this country. Now the Remembrance Party will now lay wreaths. Our first wreath will be laid by Karen Rowlands. Thank you, Karen. Leanne Gardner. Brian Murray. Now this blood red poppy is a symbol of remembrance. It's our connection with the 8th Light Horse, the men that served in the regiment. So please bring your personal tribute and place it in the urn next to the Wreath. So please come forward. So if you could all please stand, those who are able. I now invite Pauline Richardson to come forward to recite the ode.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left to grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. forget.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you, Pauline. Please be seated. Shrine Guard can dismount. That concludes today's service. Hopefully it's a solid reminder of why we're here and to appreciate the contribution made by your ancestors and those that served since. Thank you very much.